Hello and welcome in. My name is DrumRollTony. I'm a streamer and Twitch musician and music teacher living in Seattle. Back to BAND-MAID. Someone on the previous video I did said that Corallium was their favorite BAND-MAID song. And I was like, well, I don't know that one. So obviously we're going to watch it. This is the live version in Tokyo. I'm excited. Let's go. All right, before I even hit play, I need to say how jealous I am. Look at this venue, man. Look at these people. Look how intimate of an experience this is to get to stand right there that close to the band. This is September 2022. I saw them October 2022 in Seattle, and I was so far away. My God, I can't believe this. Anyway, I just wanted to say that before you hit play. Let's get into the music. Oh, man. Ooh. Oh, yeah, man. Oh, that's why it is the way it is. That's so cool, man. It's only be a matter of time before you'll never be able to see this band in a venue that is accessible like this, because they're just going to be so world dominantly famous. That is unreal how much they rock. Okay, back to the top. I need to hear this part again. We're talking about some harmonies and some cool vocalizations. I love this. That timbre sound fade in, the lights go down. Man, we almost have some blues licks in the piano, the track that's going on in the background. God damn, dude, that sounds good. Sheesh. But now. The six-tuplet stuff, man, is jamming, and then it gets very BAND-MAID. Like, I would not have known that was BAND-MAID. I'll be honest with you, at the beginning, because of the way it was set up with the track going on, I'm not familiar enough with them to recognize and not a thrashy type of rock sound. Once they start playing and I can hear her vocals, I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds like BAND-MAID, but I'm not deep enough in it yet. I'll get there. But man, this transition is real nice. Obviously, I'm singing it so fast, but listen to me. So play the bass line against the vocal line right there. It is very, very, very good design. Also, all the guitar licks, call and response, call and response. It's very, very musical. Not surprised whatsoever because obviously familiar with the band, but just pointing out the stuff that you need to point out. Well, that was a great phrase. Let's go back to 40 seconds where that phrase starts. I feel like my YouTube is acting up a little bit, so I apologize if there's some visual stuttering here because it seems like it. At least there's no audio interruptions. If there was, obviously we would just wait to a different time to record this, but I think we're okay enough. Let's go back and appreciate this segment now. I love the triplet phrasing on the end there. It's for me, it's the groove establishment. I think it's like at 36 seconds. We can get to the transition here. For me, I like to listen down to her kick drum and then what's going on with the bassist versus the guitarist and how that is going to kind of like, I don't know, just kind of spin a web here of just like groove happiness. Here we go, right here. Oh. We got those 2-note staccato groupings that are going. I didn't even notice that the first time. I got kind of hyper focused on the guitar versus the bass lines, and then into that. That's cool. Oh man, sorry. Well, you know what? I'm not sorry. I know those of you that hang out, I know you don't mind. You've let me know enough in the comments that going back is okay. So for the Bandmaid videos, I don't need to apologize. We're just going to appreciate really, really great musicians on the stage here. Yeah, because now on the third listen, we had enough of appreciating what's going on with rhythm and bass. Now you can hear the lead guitar line as well, and maybe you notice it in a different order. The order of noticing the layers doesn't really matter. The important part is that you're noticing the layers and appreciating what's going on, because those are all supplemental, right? Because I think most ears go up to her vocal line, and that's where the majority of the population that listens to music hangs out, which is cool. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just, for me, all the interesting stuff is what's the equation underneath that's supporting the vocal line, the story of the song, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not one for stories. I'm more one for, music theory and song construction and progressions and like what's going on with like chops and musicians and players and how do you play, how can you be creative and how you're backing all that stuff. Like, and there's no right or wrong in that. Some people are poets and they love where lyrics take them and what the emotions of what's being told, and that's cool too. And some people just, they balance in between. Let me know what type of listener or musician that you are. And there is no right or wrong. It's just there's varieties of spice of life, right? And I like to listen down. Come on, man. So coming out of that phrase, listen how Misa changes everything, and we jump up the register. It sounds like jumping up an octave at least, and then we have such a more, I guess, intense articulation style of what's going on lyrically on the bass, and it just completely changes the experience that you're getting. Now, with that being said, there's like the vocal styles different. We have different, like a little bit of different work in the background vocals too. So sorry, Misa's not the only person that changed there. Everything is kind of like enveloping and just kind of augmenting there. But still, the bass difference is it's so noticeable. I'm gonna go back one more time and we'll let it go into the next section here. Oh man, I wish. I was so bummed to miss the second show. They came back. They played in Spokane. I think I was at TwitchCon. There was I had a good excuse to miss. I was still bummed though. Like, I really enjoy this band, and seeing them live obviously is a different experience. I fear that I'll never get an experience like this venue though, where you can be up that close. This is wild. Anyway, let's go back and appreciate this chorus. Listen to that lick in the guitar line, man. Then Misa comes in the second time and really supports it. God, this is such good writing. God, that's so good. And obviously, we get that. We don't have that in the previous spots. I mean, ironically, it's just 16 notes, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E. It's double kick, it feels good. It fills in the space. The ironic part is like not even nearly as demanding as some of the other stuff that we heard, but it's just so like, there's just more ink there that's consistent that it feels, like, I guess someone that doesn't play kit, you're like, oh my God, that's so like crazy right there. It's actually not the other cool stuff that was played earlier, but it fits the style of the song in this moment, obviously an explosive chorus. Let's go back and get it one more time. So that's cool. You come out of and then we have some variations on the snare patterns in the second half of the first part of the chorus there. I know we're stopping a lot. I know I said I wasn't going to apologize earlier, but it is a lot though. It is, but we just got to talk about these little intricacies. That's such a tight but it was more like man, that's super staccato, ultra staccato, beautiful. I love it, especially coming out of that all this beautiful long open legato phrasing, and then suddenly there's that. It's like, oh my god, what a variety. Oh my god, the clarity on the kick articulations. I don't have any skill set. I'm a horrible drum set player. Give me like a James Brown gig. This real backbeat heavy. I can hang on that. If I'm gonna play a gig, it's gonna be on bass. But like, I've got no drum set skills in this realm. But I can appreciate just how well placed and even each of those bass drum strokes are. It is killer, man. That's just everything for me, man. I appreciate that so much. Man, that was cool. I wish YouTube wasn't being weird. I feel like we're just getting a little bit visual stutters here. Even when she's playing like or just eighth notes, you can see how smooth the technique is, and smooth and healthy. Just gonna be playing for a long time in life. Those of you that are musicians, you know that, with music comes injuries, man. I'm dealing with so much stuff from like drumline playing. Drumline is such an aggressive way. Those of you that play marching percussion, and man, it's just, you just beat the shit out of your hands and arms over the years. It hurts, man. Like every time I play now, it's actually quite painful, which is unfortunate, but it is, you got to work through it. It's welcome to music, welcome to life, right? Everyone has to deal with it. But if you have kind of a drumline background, especially your lower back too, come on, man, there's a lot going on. But it's like when I watch Kane play, it's cool just to see how fluid this is, and it's just like ultra mode the whole time. She's also like ultra happy mode, which is pretty cool. Like imagine being able to play A that well, B that many tones, B A and B to C B twice, and you're having fun doing all that. And it's in time, like it's just cool to watch because of like fluidity. Like if I ever even tried to attempt to play, my face would not be. It wouldn't be like fun to look at, and like everyone is just so happy. It's just like good stuff. Okay, so the groove got pretty stanky right here. Okay, Misa plays some pretty, man, it gets like kind of Chili Pepper-esque. And let's see, we're at 204. We got to get into this, man. Let's go back to 140. Just putting your ear down on the lower end of the rhythm section because it gets real spicy. Yeah, man. I don't want to downplay the guitar lines. The stuff it's cool too, but let's be real, man. Like that one, let's go back even further. Let's go like 135. Begin to that. Just listen to the articulation differences, the different way we're playing it, and it gets so saucy. And again, now it's set up really cool because you're coming out of, remember that really close two note interpretations that are just pushed so close together. They're obviously still in time. Like we already talked about, they're very consistent, but they're very short. So it makes sense to completely change to more of a slap and pop articulation on the bass and get that spicy, saucy groove in there. I'll let it go. I promise this time. I just want to make sure we gave enough love and appreciation to the style change. right, so I feel like that the chorus material there was similar from before, but now I just like sit back and just, you know, be happy listening to it and appreciate everything that's going on. With each listen, I hear little nuances in the guitar that I didn't notice before, and then like the way stuff was going on vocally. Because I mean, even though like, you know, I practice active listening like every day, like it's important to me to keep my ears really, really active and open all the time. You can't on first time listens. Obviously, you can only hear so much. The more you do it in life, it's like anything, you develop in a skill set. But I highly recommend. I know most people that probably hit play in your playlist and you're doing your daily activities, et cetera, et cetera. Take some time though when you can, find something you like, and go back to like a 15-second chunk over and over and over and over again. Those of you that are musicians, when you're transcribing stuff and you're like learning solos and you're, you know, emulating other players, you already do this. But those of you that are not musicians, you're just fans, maybe you're just starting to dabble in music, start to do that. You will be surprised at how quickly your ears start picking up stuff, and you will discover it's not as hard as you think it is. Now, that's by no means downplaying how difficult music is. Music is stupidly hard. Unfortunately, this is the way it is. But the biggest muscle you need to flex all the time is your ears, okay? Like, you can have the greatest chops in the world. It's cool. You want to develop the dexterity? Awesome. But you have to have a very active listening skill set. And this is like a free way to augment that skill set all the time, is to practice active listening. Not just on BAND-MAID. Go listen to a symphonic orchestra, listen to a funk band, go listen to a country and western group, go listen to a percussion-only ensemble, go listen to a choir ensemble, and try to listen to the layers there. You will be surprised at how your brain will just kind of like start to isolate layers and really allow your ears to hear things. Now, there's some other things you can do to augment your listening, and it's helpful, but hey, this is a family-friendly channel. Maybe you'll discover some of those things, but they work. Anyway, let's keep going. Here we go into the halftime groove. Cool. Okay, so I like the differences in the vocal delivery. I know we kind of stopped halfway through that. Sorry about that, and we went off in that little tangent here. Let's just appreciate this transition. That's two. Let's go back to like right here and grab this again. All right, let's go back. So that was a great guitar solo. Not surprised at all. She is a beast of a guitar player. Now, this time let's listen to it again, but don't listen to the guitar. Listen down underneath. Specifically, listen to the kick drum and listen to the bass, okay? Because this is where the magic is happening. There's plenty of magic in the solo, obviously, but the solo would not have the foundations to stand on if it was not for the rhythm section and the supportive features underneath. Let's go back and grab this. Did you hear that? That's almost like some modal stuff just kind of, oh man, it's like there's not congruency there. There's almost some dissonance happening. Oh, this is so cool. One more time, please and thank you. Now that on that listen, I didn't even notice the first time the background guitar layers that were happening as well. This is really, really cool stuff. And this is not by any means to take away from the guitar solo. It's not. I just feel like everyone hears the guitar solo. I think it's important that we talk about why it sounds good underneath. Oh, sorry. The last thing I'm going to say before we take in context again is I might be wrong about this, but I feel like this syncopation that we're getting in the kick drum, this pattern, we did not have anywhere else in the piece. I might be wrong about that, but it feels like it's new. It could be just because it's more exposed, but it gives, even with it, like if you took the guitar solo out, you still would feel like, oh, this is like a new part of the song just with the little syncopation that's going on. Okay, so we're appreciating faint guitar stuff that's supporting, but really listen to that bass line, really listen to the kick drum. Here we go. So good.
こにいたいよ永遠に君も同じでしょ見せつけて For me
Oh my god, I can't get over this, dude. I wish I could speak Japanese. This is a band I would like fly to Japan to see them. This is it's too good. I feel like they're just so good. They're too good that I want to see them in this type of venue where I'm close and I can feel like personal, because it's just people, there's not many groups in the world that are this good, you know? So it's like, it's awesome, but it's also like sad at the same time, because it's like YouTube is cool. Like you watch a group and stuff, but you all know, like when you go experience something live, like you can't recreate that anywhere. Like putting your headphones on is awesome, but it's not the same, that human element. That's why live musicians and live music, in my opinion, is the best music. So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. It gets me like emotional sometimes. Let's just go back again and experience this transition. We come into, I like the fact that they incorporate kind of the track that we heard in the beginning, where almost like Fool Me, it almost felt like we're going to go somewhere else with a little bit of pop elements. And the fact that it comes back in and just thrashes super hard is really, really good. Oh man, it's so good. This stuff gets me in my feels, man. That's really, really nice. Let me know what you think about this song. I do just want to appreciate the soft touch that she has at the end, even though it's not soft, but it is. Does that make sense? I hope it does. It's just a really, really, really healthy playing technique. Just the way we're coming out of this, I just love it so much. You can see the shoulder into the release there. The other thing, it's cool, like, I mean, obviously my ears and eyes always go down to the bass and drums. So, you know, it's like Akane and Miso, like that's where I'm primarily going. I appreciate everyone's in the group, but you naturally have a spot where you go. I feel like I could see a silhouette of Miso playing bass, like in her rock stance. I would know that was her at any point. Also her tonality, like on the instrument, like it's pretty identifiable, but just the stance, you can tell the way she's going to play. It's cool. You could say that about any of them though, but I'm just sharing with you where I'm like looking and listening the most, because, you know, I can't help where my music appreciations go the most in a group, even though I love the whole group. There's those places where everyone goes. If you ask 20 people, they're going to have 20 answers on that variant. So anyway, that was a lot of fun. I don't remember who said on that comment in the previous video that this was their favorite song. I can understand why. I can't imagine how lucky these people are to have that experience in that venue. So anyway, if you've seen Bandmaid at a show like this, let me know in the comments down below. I want to know about your experience. All right. Thank you so much for watching. My name is DrumRollTony. I'm a streamer on Twitch. Make sure to catch me on live link for all the socials down in the video description below. Click that like button, subscribe to the channel so you can catch the next one. YouTube thinks you should watch this video next. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Have a great day. Take it easy. Bye-bye.